Hey everybody, Petra's Bunnies. Okay, so this guy here, I don't know if I've shown you him. This is Tucker, and I got him in Bakersfield about a month ago. He's a new addition. Now he is registered. I thought the lady said he was a grand champion, but I didn't get any papers, so I need to contact her and find out whether he actually has the legs to get grand championed. Because if he does, that's even more exciting. I kept saying he was a grand champion because that's what I thought the lady said. But after looking at the paperwork and realizing he doesn't have a grand champion number, then I've got to check with the breeder to find out whether he's got any legs or not. And so I'll just have to check. But that's my prize buck right there. I am hoping to breed him to everything in my rabbitry. And he has got the greatest little ears. He's got depth. He's just got, and his color. I mean, he's molting right now, so it looks kind of crappy. Not that you probably could tell much in the video, but there you go. Yeah, you see the kind of off color. But he is the deepest, richest blue. He's absolutely gorgeous. I just love him. Love him, love him, love him. Haven't bred him to any, no, I take that back. I did breed him. I bred him to Tiger Eye. And so we'll be seeing what comes out of that mixture, because she's a red-orange Harley, but he does have a blue fawn Harlequin in his background. So we'll be seeing how that turns out. But I just bred her back because she had lost all except for one of her babies, and I wasn't sure whether that baby would make it or not, and so I went ahead and bred her back just to make sure that she would be healthy, because if you have a mom that loses her whole litter, you want to breed them back right away to help them with their milk production. But she's doing so well, and she's just got the one, and I will probably be fostering him out when he gets a couple more weeks older into one of my bigger litters. So, but that's Tucker. And then here's the buck for the standard red Rexes, and he looks real little, but he's only 2 months old, so he looks like a mini Rex right now. But this would be the max size for a mini Rex, and his ears are so long. But he is a standard Rex, so he will get much, much bigger. So he'll be getting a much bigger cage, once we get some more cages built. I ran out of wire, and so I have to pick up some more wire at the end of this month. Sadly, I didn't realize that the place I got it from wasn't carrying it on hand any longer, because they did when I first purchased the wire, which, as you can tell, is quite a while ago. So they said they now have to order it, and so I'm gonna have to get them to order it and just work with that. So, but that's my standard Rex. Now, they don't have names. I haven't named them yet. I've been really lax, but nothing's been popping out at me, and I'm just, and as you can tell, I haven't been quite feeling very well lately. So, the best I'm doing is watering and feeding and, and petting them. So I haven't really been, I've been taking the babies out, but not really the big rabbits lately, just because I haven't been feeling very good. So since we're towards this end, I'm going to go ahead and just start at the end over here. And this here is Little Red. You guys have all met her before. Now, she was bred in Stockton, which was about a month ago. She has made a nest box, but she has taken her sweet time with giving me babies. So, since she made the nest box, I'm hoping that she actually took, because she's gotten so ornery, she won't even let me touch her. Like, she doesn't even want to be petted on her head, and she used to, like, come up to the cage door just to get petted. So now she's being real standoffish. I talked to a Treonta breeder, which is what she is. She's a red Treonta. And he said that, yeah, with all his Treonta does, they just get really ornery when they're bred, and he says they could be the nicest does, but once they're bred, they just seem to get really, really ornery, and they don't want to be touched, and they just, you know. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but she should have had them in the last 2 days. Today is day 32 of her gestation, if she did take. So I'm hoping that she'll give me babies. Yeah. Anyway, and then this here is Tiger Eye, and I got her when I got Tucker and Matilda at Dots. And she's an what they call an orange-black Harley, but she's got that deep red I really love, and she's only got the one baby, and it's a little buck, and he is a tri. I'm so happy with him. I was hoping it would be a tri-buck, because now I can breed him. I could breed him back to her if I needed to, which would be called line breeding. Oh, isn't he cute? And he's got half a butterfly. Look at that little face. Oh, but I love his color. So I can breed him back to her, and that's called line breeding. Or the neighbor, which is Masquerade, my Harley doe that I had previously, she is also, I could breed him to her when he gets old enough. And then she had 2 Harlequin does, and all of them have that, they're I don't know why they call them orange, but they're really red. So I have 2 black and red Harlequin does, and their red really came through. They have very little black, which I found very interesting since their father is a solid black. But I can breed this little tri to both of these does and to the mama, and hopefully get some more tries. That little one's just laying there. I love when they do that. They're just like laying around. And so they haven't had a box because they haven't been using their box for like forever. I mean, even when they were little, like I kept throwing them back in their box and they just wouldn't go. But there's Mama in the background. That's Masquerade by Harlequin Doe. She's really nice. Now, I wish she had more depth. You can't really tell when she's laying down. But she's got nice ears, and she's got a little bit of shoulders. But she's really nice. And so for right now, I'm going to keep her since I'm just playing around with the tries and stuff. But she had 1 black, 1 Castor, and this is a Castor doe, and the black one's a buck. And then she had 2 doe Harlequins, and you know, they're just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I just love them to death. You can really see that red on top. Oh. So yeah, I'll be keeping them and keeping the little buck and breeding them for the tries. Hopefully that'll be what I get out of them. So, and then we're going to go over here to her sister. Now this here is Butterfly and her litter. So, there's Butterfly. And it's the middle of the day, so they're all just laying around. And she had a really good litter. Now she had this little chocolate, but it's not showable because it doesn't have the little butterfly on the nose right there. No nose markings, which is called a butterfly. And so this little buck does not have it, but he has this amazing saddle and solid ears and solid eye rings, and I'm hoping somebody picks him up as a breeder buck, but we'll just have to wait and see. He may pet out, but he's got absolutely gorgeous color. Can't wait to see what their bodies come out. That you can't really tell until they get to be about 2-3 months what their bodies will really look like, because right now they look perfect, don't they? Look at that, that's so perfect. And now this here's Rufus. I already named him. This little buck here is my Red Broken, and God, I just love him to death. We thought he was going to be a solid white, maybe a roux, but all his red just started popping up as he got a little bit older, and you know, it was so light. I thought, he's gonna be a fawn. No, he's a red. Look at that. He's a little bit bright. I do wish it was a little bit darker, but I mean, it's just, he's so cute, and he's got a full butterfly, full eye markings, full ear markings, and he's got this really, really nice saddle. So I'm keeping him for show. I'm keeping him for show. I don't care what the judges say about him. I'm keeping him for show. I think he's just the cutest thing. Oh, anyway. And then this here, now this is what they call a chocolate castor, or in the standard Rexes they call them ambers. And you can really see the red, but instead of having the black tipping, they have more of a chocolate tipping, so it comes out lighter, so you see the red a lot more. And this one's just eating. So this is also a buck, and this one will be going. I don't do the casters. I don't have anything to do with the casters. So sadly, the other little caster doe in the other cage, and this little chocolate castor, they're going to be going to new homes. If they have the good bodies, they will be going as show rabbits, and if they don't, then I'll be petting them out. Now this is my little broken castor, and this is a doe. And but I'll be letting her go, because again, I don't do the casters. It's not the color or design that I'm looking for. I'm just kind of getting into brokens more as fun and a hobby. Now, I did actually get a breeder to look at this baby, and the lady who commented that he was a tort, was totally correct. It was a little confusing because the black did go up into the color on the back, and because there's so much color interspersed on the face. But as this little bunny gets older and older, you can really tell it's a tort. So it's a tortoise. And I'll show you one of those in a minute. We have one that a friend of mine needs culled out. And so we're going to do that for her, and because he's got wry neck. But I'll show you a standard tort here in a second. And then, well, there's the amber again. Where'd the bunnies go? Oh, and then that little black one in the back. There. Come on, little ones. There she goes. That is a doe also, and we will be keeping her. She and Dots, the other little black and white doe that I showed you earlier, look almost identical. Their face markings and their back markings and everything are almost identical. So I don't know, but that's kind of crazy. But she is really, really cute, and we'll be keeping her, and we'll be keeping Rufus, the little red broken, and out of this litter. So that's that. I'm going to have to go through the other ones pretty quickly because we're running out of time on this one also. This here is Sweet Pea. Now she was bred to a blue buck, and she'll be due in about 2 weeks, so keep your fingers crossed. I'm hoping to get a lot of blues out of her because she does have a dilute in her. And then this here is Bella Donna and her litter. There's Bella and all her babies. And so I got 4 blues and 2 blacks out of this litter, and then she fostered one over from Claire right there. That's an opal. And they're doing really good. And so I'd show you a little bit more, but we're running out of time. And then here, I'm going to show you guys this little buck here. Now he has wry neck, and it's a neurological disease. Now he's about 5-6 years old. And oh, it's so sad. So his head actually, oh, sorry, I just scared the dog. But that's just, you know, you look at that, and that's just so sad. You know, his neck his head cricks on his neck. He cannot straighten his head. And so it makes it really hard for him to eat and drink. We've been putting lots of hay in here for him. But he actually is a tortoise. And, yeah, he's still a good little bunny, but that's what wryneck does. It twists the head to the side, and eventually they lose all balance. They start to have a real hard time eating and drinking, and then they will they'll just basically die. Either they'll have a seizure and die, or they'll starve to death because they just can't get around. And that's some people keep him and they treat him as best they can, and they carry him around and they hand feed him. And but when you have a really big rabbitry, it's just not viable to do. Anyway, this video's gotten too long, so I'll see you guys later.